I'm Onslow the Undead, and this is Brainfood Reviewed. So tonight, instead of a movie, I'm going to review the first season of a TV show. Probably one that you've seen, most people. It's called The Walking Dead. Now I went back and I rewatched the first season of The Walking Dead. I'd seen it a long time ago. And I gotta say, it really is just as good as it ever was. So, from the very first kill that you see in The Walking Dead, you know that it's not going to be just an everyday show. It's not going to be a feel-good show. And really, because of this character who dies, and I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it, but you know that anybody could be a victim. Nobody's safe from this zombie epidemic in The Walking Dead. So I made up a list of the 5 worst things and the 5 best things about first season of The Walking Dead. I really had a hard time actually coming up with 5 bad things about the first season. But here goes anyway. Number 1, it's only 6 episodes long. It really wasn't enough. Now I know they didn't know what it was going to be like, they didn't know what kind of viewership they were going to have, but come on, 6 episodes? I can barely even get into that. Number 2, there were some storylines that were really kind of out there. Like, I mean, what was that dream episode with Jim all about? I don't know what that was about. It was just kind of weird and quirky. Number 3, whose bright idea was it to give Merle a gun in this season? I mean, he seemed like a live wire from the get-go. Why would you even give him something that's going to make him more dangerous? Number 4, Morgan was a great character and got way underutilized in this season. Could have been good. And then number 5, the beginning scenes with Rick when he was kind of on his own, they were really kind of just slow. And in hindsight, they were kind of boring. Once all the group came together, it was a lot more exciting. So, 5 best things about first season of The Walking Dead. Number 5, the first kill of the show that I mentioned already. I'm not going to spoil it again, but it set the tone. Nobody's safe. Number 4, Glenn became like a real badass over the course of these few episodes. And, you know, if I was a human and I was alive trying to survive in the zombie apocalypse, I'd have Glenn on my team. That's all I'm saying. Number 3, let's all give Merle a big hand. No spoilers, sorry, but that's it. Number 2, the Rick, Lori, Shane triangle. Again, not wanting to spoil anything, that was a good storyline, the whole thing. I really enjoyed that kind of play between the characters, and it was some good writing in there. And number 1, the number 1 best thing in the first season, the addition of Daryl Dixon in the 3rd episode. Great character, and is a great character for a long time to come in the show. Some of the actors in the show actually have done some other zombie things or zombie-related projects. Just going to throw out a few of those. John Bernthal, who plays Shane, added his voice to the video game Call of Duty Advanced Warfare Exo Zombies. That was pretty cool. Laurie Holden was in Silent Hill, if you haven't seen that. Kind of a zombie product. And Chandler Riggs, when he was much younger, he had this part in this independent zombie film called Jesus H. Zombie, which was made in Atlanta, Georgia. So that's it. My review, my overall review is don't wait, see it. And that's it. Who was that? Come on in.
Oh, good afternoon, Mr. Onslow. How are you?
I'm
How
good.
are you?
Oh, it's good to see you.
It's always good to see you too.
Would you like to say hi to our audience and tell them what you have? What do you have for us here?
Well, I have a single letter with me today.
A single letter.
Single letter. I don't think they have envelopes on the outside anymore.
They must not, because this is the second one that's just...
Yeah. It's just no return address. What if I wanted to send some cookies? You never know.
Do you just ride your horse along and somebody hands the letter out to you and you grab it on the way? Is that how that works?
Yeah, they just throw it over the fence.
Oh, okay. You are a zombie, so they probably don't want to...
Yeah, you know, we got a bad rep, us partially dead zombies.
Yeah.
They also have extremely large paper
Wow.
on the outside.
That is a huge piece of paper.
It's huge.
Is it a long letter?
It's huge.
Why don't you read that huge letter to me and the audience and let us hear what they have to say.
Alrighty, it says, "Howdy, Mr. Onslow. What advice would you give to a low-budget filmmaker like myself on making a zombie movie? ? Your fan, Frank."
Frank.
Frank.
Like Frank N. Stein?
Oh,
I don't know.
Frankie.
A low-budget filmmaker. Do you know any low-budget filmmakers?
I know a couple.
I used to know a few. I don't know where they are now. I don't go outside the house anymore. As long as you have some kind of a camera device to record something, a recording device, and you can come up with a story, just do it. Write it. Get some people together. Film it. Anybody can act, right? I mean,
Anybody can do it.
Anybody can
It's
act.
super easy.
So, but you got to do it. You got to have that drive, and if you don't have that drive, you're probably not ever going to do it. But you got to have that drive. You want to make that movie, you're going to make that movie. And that's what I suggest. You go out there and do it.
Is it like,
It's called guerrilla film style filmmaking. You ever heard of guerrilla filmmaking?
I think I've heard of
Yeah,
that.
you just film with whatever you have. You pick up,
Yeah.
you need a little table, you get a little table somewhere. You need a TV, you find a TV somewhere. It's just the way it is.
Super
Yeah.
easy.
I say you just got to do it.
It's like the Shia LaBeouf says, just do it.
Just do it!
So while you're here, I got to review a short little film.
Oh, you got another
I do.
little-
I have another little film.
Another
Now, this
little
is not a
film?
big budget film. This is a little film.
Okay.
It's called Romance of the Dead.
Oh, that sounds romantic.
It does, doesn't it?
So-
It's a short from 2012. And apparently it was made for this film festival called the Hunter College Campus Movie Fest back in 2012. And it actually got awards for Best Comedy, Best Actor, and Best Actress. So it's pretty good. You know, that's pretty good. So, written and directed by Gerard Texon, starring Seth Baird and Emily Wilk. And it kind of begins almost like an extended music video, where it's all physical, where the zombies are kind of going through the courting process. He likes her, he brings her some flowers, and she eats the flowers, and all these kind of little, you know, and then they dance together, but they're awkward because they're zombies, and you know how zombies don't move very
Rigor
well.
mortis.
We're kind of, we're stiff, you know, and it just,
Most zombies should
Doesn't
really
work out
consider
very well.
yoga.
yeah. So we're not great dancers, but, you know. And so anyway, kind of moves away from that music video part at the end, and it kind of becomes like this poignant film, you know. I don't want to give away the ending for anybody who wants to see it.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. We will put a little link at the bottom for the, I think it's on YouTube, and we'll even put the IMDb link on there. There's an IMDb page. And there's a guy in it, like I do this kind of in the other things, Greg Osayenko, also played a zombie in the 2015 film Infected. So, I mean, zombie films are 6 degrees of separation. They're all linked together. So, but I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to give this film, you should probably see it. You should probably see it.
What's your highest rating?
My highest ranking is don't wait, see it.
Don't wait.
Exclamation point.
Explanation point.
Yeah.
Explanation,
Exclamation, exclamation,
Points.
whatever. It's a point.
Points all around.
I'm pointing out that you should not wait and see that one. This one you should think about seeing. You should probably see it. You should probably see it. You should probably see it. You. Right there.
Right over there.
So, anyway, you should probably see it.
I probably will.
Next time you stop back in, we'll sit down and we'll watch Romance of the
I would
Dead.
love to.
All right. Well, that's it. I'm Onslow the Undead. Melee, the mostly dead male lady.
Mostly.
Mostly dead. And this was Brainfood Reviewed.